Hey everybody, G4 Video 5 here, and welcome back to some more Grand Theft Auto Vice City AS Edition. In this part, we will be completing the Vigilante side mission, which is a requirement to complete in order to get your percentage points for 100%, and the way this side mission works is that you need to obtain any kind of police vehicle that you'd like to use during this side mission. So, in my case, I'm using this VCPD Cheetah, in which I showed off the spawn location for. And the reason for me using this particular police vehicle is because it's insanely fast, just like a normal Cheetah, and you can also use it in a pay and spray, which is very handy because you're going to be taking a bit of damage as you're chasing after these criminals, so you can repair your vehicle, but also because even though we're chasing after criminals and taking care of them, we can still attract police attention to ourselves, so I'd rather not deal with too much police attention because fighting off the cops and these criminals can be really annoying, so being able to freely use a pay and spray is incredibly useful, I think. So we're going to be using an SMG to perform drive-bys on these criminals for pretty much the entire duration of this Vigilante side mission. Now you may have noticed that we activated doing this side mission not at the spawn location for the VCPD Cheetah, but rather at the airport. And the reason for it is because the airport's a great place to chase down criminals. After completing a level for the Vigilante side mission, more criminals will spawn in, and when you're at the airport, they tend to spawn within that runway area that we were chasing down those initial criminals at. But eventually, they might start spawning outside of the airport, which isn't that big of a deal, but I just like having all the criminals contained to that airport, so the more levels that feature criminals within that airport area, the better, and so that's why I ended up doing the side mission there to start things off, but eventually, the game decided to spawn these criminals outside the airport, and there was nothing I could really do about it. It's not that big of a deal. It's just kind of handy having those criminals contained to a very restricted area in which there's not a whole lot of area for them to escape. Plus, it's very open, so you can kind of quickly get to these criminals and whatnot, but when they're out here on the streets, it can be a bit more annoying chasing after them because you have the pedestrians to deal with, people driving by, street lights and all that stuff to potentially crash into. But ultimately though, not that big of a deal. Lots of fun doing this. With that completes this part. Pretty good stuff. You end up getting a grand total of $32,500 for completing this, along with your maximum body armor increasing by 50 points. So that is fantastic stuff. Very good idea to do this as early on in the game as possible, and that completes this part. So in the next part, we will be tackling the taxi driver side mission. So until then, I will see you next time.